Dear viewers, welcome to our channel GVS Bank Academy. We are providing JAIIB CAIIB online classes. Now today I am going to discuss about the JAIIB paper 4 retail banking and wealth management case studies. These are all our recalled case studies which they are already asked in retail banking CAIIB exam. So now it has shifted from CAIIB to JAIIB retail bank. Now we are starting for JAIIB online classes for October 2003 examination from first week of June, and revision classes for JAIIB June 2023 exams are in progress. Interested members are requested to contact on this number. Integrated Ombudsman Scheme 2021. This is important for JAIIB, CAIIB promotion examination also. And in JAIIB, Principle and Practice of Banking and Retail Banking also important. The major functions of CEPD includes administering the Banking Ombudsman Scheme and acting as a nodal department on behalf of erstwhile SBI. Banking Code Standard Board of India is not there presently in existence. On behalf of SBI is also acting as a nodal department, that is CEPD, Department of Reserve Bank of India. What is the integrated ombudsman? This scheme was integrated Banking Ombudsman, Digital Ombudsman and NBFC Ombudsman. What are the salient features of the Integrated Ombudsman Scheme 2020? It will no longer be necessary under which scheme is complaining. So, in the complaint there is no need to mention about under the which scheme the complaint is complaining to Ombudsman. B. The scheme defines deficiency in service as the ground for filing. What is the main reason for complaint to Ombudsman? Deficiency in service. Deficiency in service. What is meant by deficiency in service defined under Integrated Ombudsman? Deficiency in service means a shortcoming or an inadequacy in any financial service which the regulated entity, bank, NBFC or digital banking is required to provide statutorily or obligatory otherwise, which may not result in financial loss or damage. So deficiency in service is there, then they are allowed to file a complaint with Banking Integrated Ombudsman. C. The scheme was done away with the jurisdiction of each. Earlier, jurisdiction is there for filing complaints. Presently, there is no jurisdiction for filing the complaints. Now, a centralized receipt and processing center has been set up at RBI, Chandigarh. For all the integrated ombudsman complaints, a centralized receipt and processing cell was established at RBI, Chandigarh. E. The responsibility of the regulated entity, bank, and furnishing information would be that the principal nodal officer. So, responsibility furnishing information and integrated ombudsman is nodal officer, that is in the rank of general manager. Principal nodal officer ranked with the general manager. F. The regulated entity will not have the right to appeal. So normally banks are having right to appeal provided that award is issued by the ombudsman against the regulator if they are not furnishing the satisfactory and timely information documents. So they have to submit the ombudsman satisfactory information and timely information documents. If they are not submitting this satisfactory and timely information document ombudsman, they are not allowed to file the appeal before the executive director in charge of the consumer education, CEPD, Consumer Education and Protection Department. CEPD Department, Consumer Education and Protection Department of RBI would be appellate authority under the integrated ombudsman. Very, very important. Executive Director in charge of Consumer Education and Protection Department. So these are the integrated ombudsman. Under integrated ombudsman, the ombudsman pass monetary compensation award 20 lakhs, mental agony and time loss expenditure 1 lakh, they will pass the award. This is the integrated ombudsman scheme 2021. Some important points. Now, second point is willful defaulters. Who is a willful defaulter as per RBI direction guidelines? Any of the following events. A borrower, any of the following events is noted, he will be treated as A, B, C, D. A. The unit has defaulted in meeting its repayment obligations when the borrower is having capacity to honor the said obligation. It means borrower is having capacity to honor the repayment obligations, but he is not honoring the commitment in repayment. A. B. The unit has not utilized the finance from the lender. Whatever the finance they have taken from the bank, for this specific purpose, they are not utilizing and availed but have diverted the funds for other purpose. So, whatever the purpose they had borrowed, for that purpose they are not utilizing, they are diverting the funds for other purpose. B. C. The unit has siphoned off the funds, siphoning off funds, so that the funds have not been utilized for the specific purpose for which the bank was loan sanctioned, nor the funds available within the unit in the form of other assets. So, the funds have not been utilized for the specific purpose which the funds are available, or the funds available with the unit in the form of other assets. So, that is called siphoning of funds. D. The unit has also disposed of or removed the mobile assets. Mobile fixed assets means plant, machinery. Immovable assets means land, building. Given for the purpose of securing a term loan without the knowledge of the bank or lender, they are disposed of or removed the plant and machinery, disposed of the plant and land and building. These are the 4 conditions for borrower classified as willful. What is the first? Having capacity but not honoring the commitment. Not utilize the finance for the specific purpose which was sanctioned. The unit has siphoning of the funds, have not been utilized for the specific purpose which was sanctioned, or the unit has also disposed of the immobile property or removed the mobile fixed assets or immobile property for the purpose of securing a term loan without the knowledge of the bank. They are disposed or removed. These are the willful defaulters conditions. Diversion of funds. The term diversion of funds should be considered to include the following under noted occurrences. What are the reasons termed as diversion of funds? Utilization of short-term working capital funds for long-term purpose. Sanction purpose is short-term working capital utilized for long-term purpose was not in conformity with the terms of sanction. That is number B. Deploying borrowed funds purpose activities creation of assets other than those in the limit. So when the sanction purpose, borrower was not deploying the sanction limits. Purpose activities of creation of assets other than those the loan was sanctioned. C. Transferring borrowed funds to the subsidiaries, group companies or other companies. Transferring of borrowed funds to the subsidiaries, group companies or other corporates. Transferring borrowed funds to the subsidiaries, group companies, other corporates. D. Routing of funds through other bank other than the lender without the prior permission of the lender. They are routing the funds through other bank. E. Investment in other companies by way of acquiring shares, debt instruments without the approval of the lenders. So they are acquiring shares in equity debentures of other companies without the approval lender. Shortfall in deployment of funds. F. Shortfall in deployment of funds. The amount disbursed, drawn, the difference not being accounted for. So, at the time of deployment, amount disbursed or drawn, difference not being accounted for means margin infusion as per the terms of sanction not taken place. Shortfall in deployment of funds by borrower. A to F are the diversion of funds. Diversion of funds A to F. Siphoning of funds. The term siphoning of funds referred should be construed to occur if any funds borrowed from banks or financial institutions are utilized for purposes unrelated to the operations of the borrower. Whatever the borrowed funds are there, that was utilized for purposes unrelated to the operations of the borrower and to the detriment of the financial health of the borrowing entity. So, utilized for purposes unrelated to the operations of the borrower. That is called siphoning of funds. Cut-off limit for declaration of willful borrower, diversion of funds and siphoning of funds 25 lakhs. Cut-off limits for siphoning, diversification, classification as willful defaulter, limit is 25 lakhs. Penalty measures against willful defaulters. A. No additional facility should be granted for a period of 5 years from the date of removal of their name from RBI list. From the date of removal up to 5 years, no additional finance. B. Bankers should insist change in management of the borrowing unit. Immediately, some of the directors or some of the management, they will change the management. C. The bank can proceed against the guarantor. C. The bank can proceed against the guarantor also simultaneously. As per Indian Contract Act, the lenders may initiate criminal proceedings against the willful defaulters. So these are no additional facilities for 5 years, change in management, the bank can proceed against the guarantor who had given guarantee, the lenders may initiate criminal proceedings against the willful defaulter. These are the provision requirement. What is the provision department? Willful defaulters account. This question several times they are asking in the examination. Provisioning norms against 20 willful defaulters will be 5% even in the standard account. Willful defaulters name is appearing and the account is in standard account, 5% will be provision. Instead of 0.25 or 0.4, 5%. And such account is classified as NPA, it will attract accelerated, additional, further provisioning. Standard account 5%. If the account turn to NPA, accelerated provision. What is the accelerated provision? Substandard account, it is secured. First 6 months, outstanding amount into 15%. Substandard is secured. First 6 months 15% for first half year. Second half year, అంటే 6 months to 1 year 25%. ఇది substandard secured advance. First 6 months 15% of outstanding, second 6 months 25% of outstanding. Substandard unsecured up to 6 months 25%, next 6 months 40%. Substandard unsecured, first 6 months 25, next 6 months 40. Doubtful one, that is second year of NPA, secured portion 40%, unsecured 100%. Doubtful one means second year of NPA, secured 40, unsecured 100. Doubtful 2, NPA third year and fourth year. NPA during third and fourth year, secured portion 100, unsecured also 100. Secured 100, unsecured portion also 100. Doubtful 3, 100%. Secured, unsecured 100. Dear viewers, these are the very important case studies for the forthcoming next Sunday examinations for JIB retail banking. Thank you very much for supporting our YouTube channel. Thank you very much for all.